Hey, tubies and members of the Order of the Purple Cord. This is Lord Bob Hickman. I am the Baron of Ravensworth and High Priest of the Order of the Purple Cord. It is so wonderful to be with you. Well, you know it's Sunday, and I tell you, I've been wearing my Wiccan robes. How you like that? So I got on my robes today, and I've been out meditating on the great mysteries of the Spirit. I painted on my brow my beautiful moon, the traditional blue crescent moon. It's a sign of the priesthood of the Wicca. Got my staff, got my purple cord on. I'm feeling it today. I tell you, it is a spiritual day for me. Well, I wanted to come here, and I am in such a good mood because I got a lot of fun stuff to show you guys today. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to last night's video. And that was our video on the Saturday night seance. If you didn't see that, check it out. It's the video right before this. And it was a fascinating night. Spirit people came through and brought some wonderful messages. And it's always exciting. So check that out if you haven't seen it. Well, look what I got on. In addition to my purple cord, I've also got a new pendant. This is my raven pendant. Let me take this off. I just got this. I bought this over at rarewiccaspells.com. I've always loved ravens, and the raven is one of my totem spirit animals. And I found this pendant. I was cruising through Lady Angela's site, Rare Wicca Spells, and this popped up. It's made of pewter, very fine polished pewter, and it's got a inlay and enamel, a beautiful black raven. Isn't that lovely? So if you are drawn to the raven, in fact, we'll have to do a whole video on the raven soon. But just for today, I wanted to show that to you. I wear it. It's one of my totem animals. I just love the raven. It's a very mystical bird. And ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated with these birds. And in fact, when I went to England the first time, I went to the Tower of London. And for those of you who have been there, you know they have the mystical ravens that guard the tower. So ravens been with me a long time. I love it. Anyways, well, you know what? I got the other day in the mail. I was so excited. I already opened it. I got an early birthday gift. Lady Angela, who is also running rarewiccaspells.com, made me something real special, and I got to show it to you guys. I'm just so very excited. She made me a custom handmade Book of Shadows. Isn't this beautiful? Now, this is not something she purchased. She actually makes every bit of these from hand. The cover, just so you can see, is done in purple velvet. I don't know if you can see it. It's just so lush feeling. I think it looks very Victorian. And she's got some beautiful antique pewter edges here on the corners, edge guards. In the old days of publishing, when books were very valuable and very rare, they used to put these edge guards on to protect it. I think they're beautiful. And when you open it up, inside, look at that, there's a raven, my totem animal. And she said she also did that because of my title, Baron of Ravensworth. So we got the title and the totem all mixed in here. Isn't that wonderful? I just love it. I'm so excited. Let me just kind of do you a little flip through here. I'll show you some of it. Now this one, unlike, she has different forms of spell books. Some are blank, some have spells. And this one she did is half blank, half spells. And as you see, we got the cover page, Book of Shadows. All of this is Lady Angela's own creation. She hand makes it, designs every page herself. She has her own spells in it. I'm going to read you this little quote here. It says, "These words and pages within this sacred tome have been fashioned by me deep inside my bones. Each picture, thought, and quote you see are all reflections of what's me. Only those so blessed by me may look within and secrets see. Otherwise, beware the urge to take this book or read it in some secret nook, because its magic is not blind, and I will know you've touched what's mine. So it's a little sacred rune to protect your book. Isn't that lovely? And you'll notice like it's got a blank page here, so you can also write your own dedications or thoughts in it. And I just love this because, as you can see, it's on fine parchment paper. Here's another blank page. Look at the beautiful border work here. Is that not amazing? And then we've got this here, which is when the moon is in. It's a little summary of, like, for example, when the moon is in Aries, you know, what the theme is, what to seek out, what to avoid. Isn't that beautiful? That's great at a glance when you're doing spell work. That goes on for 2 pages here. And then we got some more blank pages. Lady Angela makes all of this herself. Just amazing. Waning moon spells, waxing moon spells. I just love it. She has some beautiful pages here. Look at this one. It's got the leaves around the edges. Isn't that not mystical? And this is the wonderful thing about a Book of Shadows, is because you can take this book and really make it your own. You can infuse it with your own created spells. And in fact, I think we're going to have to do a video next week on how to write a spell. Maybe you've never done a spell on your own. You know, there's certainly nothing wrong with doing spells from other people and magic books. But eventually in the craft, I think that we should evolve to where we can even write our own magic. And we're going to talk about that next week. Here's a color chart for the sacred meanings of colors. We've got purple, black, gray, white, silver, gold, all the other colors. That's wonderful. This is a wonderful size because it's a travel book size. And, you know, I can just throw it in my bag or my suitcase, and I've got wonderful magic on the go. Lady Angela, I am so excited about this. You just don't know how much this means to me. I know I already called you and said thank you, but I want to say thank you again here before everybody. Tell you how much I love this. Here's a beautiful, look at this artwork. Creating sacred space, how to create sacred space. Look at that beautiful, the flower borders. Lady Angela designs all the graphics and the layout for every page. And it's just something. Now this is a luxurious treat. She also puts in here, you see this in really fine books, which of course her books are, a satin ribbon marker. So you can, and that's bound into the spine. Check that out. So it won't come out. And if you have a spell you got to remember and you want your reading, you got to go, just mark the page with that. And then when you close it, you got it. And then all you do is find that marker and it'll open you right to your page again. Isn't that wonderful? So I love this. I'm telling you, it is exciting, exciting. Here's a house blessing. Oh my God, we got so much stuff in here. I tell you, it'd probably take 6 years to go through every page. But you know, you might want to invest in one of these. Now, as I said, Lady Angela custom makes these books of shadows. And she has a few different colors. She did mine in purple. I think she has purple, black. She might have red or green also. I'm not sure. But check with her because as her supplies, you know, as she sells them, depends on what color she's able to make. Now, it probably takes about a week to 2 weeks to get one of these because as this is just a hand design it, hand lay it out, hand stitch it together, hand glue all the bindings and stitches and do all the work. So it takes a while for it to get made. But look how beautiful. I mean, what an amazing book. And, you know, these I think are going to be really, they're collector's items. And they're going to be they're really custom works of arts and will become heirlooms. And these are the type of book that, you know, you want to put in your will someday to remember people because it's not something you just toss aside. These are handmade pieces. Here's the zodiac signs. Here's what is this one? Magical Alphabet, Theban Script. That's one I've been working. I've been working on learning to write in Theban because I love that. And this is wonderful because, again, she's given me a lot of blank pages to create my own magic. So you might want to check out, go to Rare Wicca Spells, say, Lady Angela, I want to get one of your custom books of shadows. She makes large size ones. She makes big ones that are like this big, and she makes smaller size, which are travel book size. So depending on your needs and your budget and whatever, she can make it whatever size you want, large or small. I love this size. I'm a big fan of this one because it just works perfectly for me. I'm on the go a lot. I travel, and sometimes when I'm at a place at a hotel or out of town, I want to do a little magic. And I can't bring my big book of shadows. You guys have probably seen that. It's about this big and about 2 feet thick. This is perfect for magic on the go. Lady Angela, I love this. I think it's beautiful. Ooh, there's my raven again. I'm so excited. So guys, listen, think about developing your own book of shadows. Let Lady Angela help you start one. Those of us who follow the craft, we live our magic. Magic is part of our everyday life. And having a book of shadows lets you capture some of those moments. Maybe you've had times, I know I've done this, where I'd be at my altar and I'm planning to do a spell. And in my mind, I already know what it's going to be, how I'm going to do the spell. But sometimes you get into spellcraft and suddenly you start doing it differently than you normally would do it or had planned, and yet you get a better result. Well, having a book of shadows allows you to remember how you did it and write it down right afterwards. So you have a new magical technique that you've captured, experienced, expressed, and then saved. And, I don't know. I love to do my magic. I take it very seriously. It's very sacred. And I think things that are sacred deserve special items. And so this is not just your average everyday book. This is a custom-made artwork dedicated to magic, made by a real Wiccan high priestess. And it's infused with a lot of power and a lot of love. And I recently actually heard from Lady Angela that somebody bought one of her books and they took a picture of it. And what was really interesting is there was a glow around the book. The book actually had its own aura. I know it sounds crazy, but it does happen. And I can believe it because I'll tell you, the way I became friends with Lady Angela was I bought some spells off of her website, Rare Wicca Spells. And I remember when I opened the package, I felt a vibration. Now, I'm a psychic, so I'm always picking up vibrations. But I really think that even a non-psychic person could feel that vibration. And I was intrigued, and I wrote to her, and I said, Dear Lady Angela, I picked up a vibration off of your spells. I'm just curious, do you infuse your spells? What is it? And she wrote me back, and she said, that's interesting you say that. I've had other people say that, but I honestly don't put anything into those spells because that's for you to do. And but she said, that's funny that you say that. See, I believe that when people are magical people, that after a while the magic so infuses their life that it comes out in the objects they use, the objects they work with. And like Lady Angela, because her whole life is devoted to teaching the craft, that those spell pages, like that's in this book, and the ones that you can also buy, loose spell pages, are already infused with that magic. So I think it adds a certain power to it. And it's because of that vibration of the spells that we became friends. Isn't that funny, I just met her online and just wrote her a little note about I was impressed with her spells, and we started corresponding, and then we became the best of friends. And today we work together to run the Order of the Purple Cord. And if you're new here and you don't know about the Order of the Purple Cord is a mystical, spiritual order of Wiccans. We're all solitaries all over the world, but we're united by the symbol that we all wear of the purple cord. And so our cord binds us all together. And I started this order, it's been about a year ago now, and I asked Lady Angela to join me and help me with the order. And she's been a wonderful high priestess. So together, I'm the high priest, she's the high priestess, we run the order. And if you're curious about Wicca, want to learn about it, why don't you, go over to my website, www.robert-hickman.com. I'll put a link below. And read about the magic, the order. It's right on the front page when you go inside the website. you can scroll down. You'll see Learn About Magic and Wicca. And tell us about the order, about our requirements, what you got to do. Just so you know, it's free to join. We do not charge dues of any kind. And you know, it's just free. You can join. You do not have to be an initiated Wiccan. All that we ask is that you honor the Wiccan Rede. That's our one requirement. And that is the Wiccan Rede, and you harm none, do as you will. So we don't do black magic, we don't do curses, we don't get into all that. We practice magic to attune ourselves to the higher power. We practice to attune to the light. And we have a lot of fun. For those of you who are members of the order, we are soon going to be releasing a manual. It's going to talk more about the order. It's going to give our sacred symbols, some of our meditations. They have some spells in it. There'll be a little bit of everything. And we'll have that out soon in the next few months. And we're also working on setting up a conference call so we can all, the members of the order can call in and we can have a live discussion with each other. And eventually we'll do a ritual too. We're still working out the details on that. But at least we can start a meet and greet and get to know each other, at least online. You know, we're all over the world, so it's hard for us to actually meet right now in person, but we could do a conference call. I think that's a good beginning. And then we'll have our manual that will be distributed to all the members, and you'll be able to, you know, have some daily meditations if you want to do those. Again, we don't do compulsory. None of this is that you have to do these rituals, you have to. This is something we offer. If you like it, great. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay too. You're still a member. And we'd love for people to join our order. So anyways, I'm so glad you're here. I couldn't wait to share with you about my book of spells. I really think you guys, if you know you're doing magic, even if you have a book of shadows, I wonder if you have one that's a travel book. See? So you might say, well, Bob, I already have a big book. I don't need another. But I tell you, Lady Angela's books are works of art. So if you love magic as much as I do, it's worth the money. It's worth the time. And I love mine. So tell her that Psychic Bob sent you. And if you want to check out some beautiful mystical jewelry, you can get a raven pendant over there. We can get a lot of pendants. I'm just wearing the raven today. I have a lot of different ones. I have some rune pendants, and I have pinnacles and sigils. We're going to probably do another video also coming up on magical jewelry, because I have so much magical jewelry, and I'm always getting letters about that. So, but today I thought you'd enjoy seeing my magical raven. Guys, listen, thanks for being here at Spirit Channel. I love you guys. Keep it here. Tomorrow, on Monday, we're going to talk about the ancient continent of Atlantis and their use of crystals. And that's going to kind of be part 2 to our video the other day on Lemuria and its use of crystals. So be back here tomorrow. We got more for you. But in the meantime, go over to rarewiccaspells.com. Check out Lady Angela's custom books of shadows. You know, and also if you can't afford a custom book right now, you can buy individual spells there as well. And I forgot to tell you, I have a series of spells called Psychic Bob's Spirit Spells. And you can pick those up. So look for those. I have my own category. If you go on the left side of the screen, it says Psychic Bob's Favorites. And those are various products that I bought and that I enjoy. And you might want to check them out as well. Okay, so go over to Rare Wicca Spells. I promise you it's a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon just looking and, you know, stocking up your cart. You should join, get on her newsletter. And Lady Angela will not bombard you with mail, I promise you. But she does a newsletter once in a while, and you learn about, you know, what's going on there at the Rare Wicca Spells. I love it. I'm glad to be part of that scene. And I hope you guys will join us in joining the Order of the Purple Cord. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you. We'll see you back here Monday. Hope you'll like this favorite. Share it with your friends and join the Order of the Purple Cord.